spell, but
This
since
is
it would
not
be
technically
my turn,
combat.
I want to use it as combat.
How many spell slots does he have?
He can do this for a while. And he says again in Ignan, like, it would be a lot simpler to just let me go, brother.
So, how about a slight...
It would have made more sense if it was just a whole anti-magic field. Since he's not supposed to be able to cast magic anyway.
Lunar ignoring the magic doing happening, since he can actually feel that now, because holy crap, he's a mage.
Yay. You don't know what he said, though, because he was speaking.
Not a clue, but I know that magic was happening.
Yep.
I mumble to myself in air, because I want a special...
As you do, as you mumble in...
Sylvan, I believe.
No, not Sylvan. I can't remember what it's called.
Check what it's called. It is called... Where are you? I know you're here. Aryan, yeah.
Aryan. As you do that, he spits, and the spit lands on your foot. Don't use that cursed tongue around me.
The rage in his eyes is no longer needing to be hidden, because it's actually there.
I will very, very visibly and annoyedly clank the bars. The Gensai gets to read my lips and say, party members are fucking idiots at times.
So he kind of, stretches a bit as much as he can in his chains. So
how often,
are you going to let me out?
I'm going to need to talk with the rulers and such first.
Fair enough, I'll be here.
Also, potential help against the winged elf. Considering you're the second person to tell me that there's something not quite right with her.
We will be working against her, but there are more pressing matters.
Of course.
Pyre would like to look at Myra and bring his hand up and be like, you do have that speak with dead spell, right?
I'm going to grab both of them and start walking.
The spirit has to be willing.
Look. From my point of view, I'm going to cast whole person over and over and over again until he doesn't have counterspell anymore. But that's not really.
No.
My character will start pushing the two of them back upstairs.
Right. All right.
I might make a friend with a cultist of the Eternal Flame, because I am a strange person.
You need to murder them all, though.
That was my plan with me being locked up with him, but they were all like, no.
So,
look, I'm going to ask him one more question. I say one more thing to him. I say, if you don't help us, we can do nothing for you. You need to give us information. If you give us information, we can carry out our deal. If you don't, then we're nowhere.
That's very true, but...
I will give you information for my release.
And I push my two...
Do you want to die in here?
God damn it, people.
If I die, you'll never find them.
No, but you're dead. Do you have no self-interest?
No matter what happens...
Lunar will chuckle at this.
And he smirks. No matter what happens to me, if I die, Imix will take me. And that's alright by me.
Alright, I'll leave.
Alright.
I'll be looking at Urrik and just patting his shoulder. Because I know he's pissed.
He wants to cleave him in half.
This is the only time I wish I had Doran.
Counter spell?
No, just so he could raise dead.
Oh my god.
Kill him and then raise dead. Nin would never have him.
I am just trying to calm down the slightly shorter than me Birdman. Don't worry.
Anyway,
Pyre would go upstairs.
We get to cut down the other ones. Don't worry.
I'm assuming you all head upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
The job is to cut down all of them.
Oh, yeah. But my character is very much used to having...
Myra's very upset that these people want the problem solved but don't want to do the things necessary to... Like, I'm not allowed to hurt this person to get the information. She's pissed about that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even really care about the information at this point. I want to lop heads.
Anyways,
You'll get to lop heads soon enough, Urrik.
As you head up, the Lord has left, but Prince Shara is still kind of there. He spots you and goes, "Have any more luck than we did?"
Here's what he's willing to do.
Well, this is going to be great, isn't it?
House arrest. House arrest for the while of until the cult is dead, and then release. In exchange for that, he's willing to give up the lair. He's willing to give the location. He's willing to help give weaknesses to the cult, and then willing to let us go hog wild on them.
He sighs. If you believe you can trust him and keep him under control...
I believe he's willing to keep under control while the cult is still in command. After that, I believe he'd be willing to leave the Elven lands.
And if not?
Then we kill it. What do you think it is? What do you think I... It's me.
He looks around. I technically don't have the authority to do this. But tell the guards my father said it was okay.
We also
finally someone with some balls.
We're also going to need a mage to keep an eye on him. Fortunately,
I don't think I can spare any of my mages, but if you keep his manacles on, they suppress his more devastating spells.
Of course. Last thing I wanted to is get him towards the cult, because who knows what he'll do.
Considering last time he almost got out, he incinerated several of the guards.
At least he's powerful enough to deal with something.
He very much is.
Do I trust him to bring him? Not particularly. Do I have a choice in the matter? Probably not. Because if we don't, this city is probably going to burn, along with most of the continent.
Yeah.
If I do, I could burn myself. Do you have a scrying stone?
I do not.
Do you think we can procure one?
Potentially. What was your plan?
We align it to you, we give it to me, and in case we fail, you know where the lair is. And you can bring your father and the champions of this forsaken city to deal with it.
I see. And he quickly hands you a small dagger of his, along with the sheath. Keep this. I do know the scrying spell. It's a lot easier if you have something of mine that I can use to scry from.
Is it a magic item?
No, it's just a regular dagger.
I'll put it away. Hidden.
Alright.
Also, if we can get a loan from one of the magic shops for the good of the country, for the patriotic good of the country of whatever we are. Whatever the place
Isaria.
is. Isaria. That would also be useful.
You would have to talk to them about it.
Of course.
Is there anything else?
Okay, we did that. Probably that.
Anyone else? Any other of the party members?
Nope.
Lunar's going to be thinking. Do you know where they went, my former employers, besides the...
Unfortunately, you know how good they are at covering their tracks.
Of course. The person you should inform to inform me is Lexicon.
Alright, I will look for a lexicon then.
He's better known for as in the Mos Eisley
Most actually, yeah.
Tavern.
Right, I will send note of him if I find any of your former employees.
Do you think we should let him stew for a bit while we go off and prepare?
It's all up to you.
I was more talking to my party members.
Oh.
I would say let him sit in there forever.
Right, I'm the only one who actually knows how to deal with stuff like this. Not be the first time.
Look, I know how to deal with it. It's called clay. Clay is how you deal with these things.
Not what I meant, Urrik. Does the prince pat me on the back because
He kind of does.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
I don't like all these politics involved in this matter.
Let's leave him stew and go see what we can do in the magic shops.
Magic shops, is there a temple to... My friend, is there a temple for a god of chaos or change or fortune or something?
Unfortunately, not in this city. You would most likely have to go to the Temple of Dusk, or the House of Dusk, the ones run by the Drow.
Do you think they'll let me in, considering who I am?
If you can find their temple, or if you can find their house, even we don't really know where it is. They keep to themselves mostly.
Annoying fucking bastard. Elves. I'll start walking out. Just check out the magic shops. I'm certain that that statement is something that the prince has heard so many times.
Alright, so what's the plan for everyone?
I'm going to the magic shop.
Alright. Everyone heading to the magic shop?
Doran...
Nope.
I mean,
Pyre.
Doran is making me a magic weapon.
Yeah, Pyre would want to talk to the guards themselves and see where this guy was picked up.
Essentially, they tell you he was picked up outside the city, close to where the burnt tree was. You know, where you met the Satek.
Oh.
That's really all you...
Because it might be possible for us to go back to those guys and then ask where they saw the people lead to.
I mean, they only picked up the one guy. They didn't see anyone else.
No, I'm talking about the chameleon people.
Oh, okay. So, everyone else heads to the magic shop. The elf kind of lets you in. Kind of keeping an eye on you all.
When we go in there, I expect to see a mind flare, but when I don't, I remember that I'm in a different area.
All right. It's actually an end this time. What? No. It's a regular elf.
High elf?
High elf.
Of course.
So, what are you all looking for exactly?
Looking for something against fire creatures.
Because remember, you do still have the decanter of endless water as well.
We do. I'm looking for another magic dagger or a cloak of Elvenkind.
Alright, they do have cloaks of Elvenkind. They have several. Somewhat expensive.
I'm hoping for a belt, but I doubt it.
Yeah, they do not have. such
We'll
weapons.
head up that way the next time we leave the city.
They do have cloaks of Elvenkind. It would set you back probably 150 gold.
I can do that. Magic dagger-wise, what do they have?
They have a few magic daggers. Mostly they're just generic, like, +1 daggers. They cost... they're quite expensive. They do have a dagger that deals additional psychic damage, which is very, very rare.
Keep that thing away from me.
How much would it cost?
It would cost 500 gold.
The +1 daggers, they would cost...
About 300 gold.
Do they have any +1 claymores?
They do not.
I figured.
Can I try to haggle my way down?
You can try, but you probably won't get too far, considering.
What? I'm a high elf of the city.
You are also, Lunar.
I am Lunar of the city, of course.
You have a reputation.
But I am doing this. I'm doing this for the prince
All right,
in
roll
the
me
city.
persuasion. Roll me persuasion.
I'm assuming the advantage I get from doing it for the city is enough to cancel the disadvantage of being Lunar Lantus.
Yeah, it would be normal.
Of course, I got a 5. Why would I get anything?
Unfortunately, you cannot haggle the elf.
Okay.
Do we have any of the uncommon gauntlets of ogre strength?
They do not, either.
So, let's see. The Cloak of Elvenkind. Can I try to sell my boots of Elvenkind?
Sure, I'll say you could trade the boots for the cloak.
Okay.
Trade the boots plus 50 gold, and you would get the cloak.
Plus 50?
Yeah, plus 50 gold.
So, it's a minus 50.
Yep. And you lose the boots of Elvenkind.
Yep. But I got the more important one. And how much was the...
The daggers
Daggers.
were... The +1s were 300. The psychic one is like 500.
I would so much want to get the psychic one.
The psychic is essentially... It's like Ifrit's Fury, but it deals psychic damage instead of fire damage.
Yeah.
Get that thing away from me.
Yeah. Let's see. 500 minus what I have equals... I need 235 gold.
Only 235 gold.
If anybody's willing to help.
I don't... Which reminds me...
Pyre's not there.
Myra, is there
Or-
any magical items you're interested in potentially getting?
Yeah, something against the fire elementals. Maybe something that
Besides the decanter of endless water, the elf thinks for a moment.
something like maybe control water spell scroll or something.
Control water wouldn't be too good, considering you have a feeling they wouldn't have too much water there in the first place.
Well, if I would get the decanter.
The decanter can shoot out water like a geyser.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll look up the exact stats for it right now.
A ring
she
of
also-
resistance would be hilarious.
Yeah, the elf also has
Yeah, do
a
we have
selection
any-
of rings and potions.
Do we have any rings of psychic protection?
Unfortunately, no.
yeah. Are there any?
Although
or
she
something?
pulls out several gems, several colored gems. Essentially, each one is they're elemental gems. There is a red one, a yellow one, a green one, and a blue one. The blue sapphire summons an air elemental. The yellow diamond is an earth. The red gem is a fire, and then the emerald is a water elemental. One of those would cost 250 gold.
That's like all my money.
I know, but having an air elemental.
Or a water elemental.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Having an elemental to help.
I can go half season on one.
It's all up to you.
Well, I'm waiting for anybody to say yes or no.
I'm gonna find something.
So it's 250. That's 125. I could do it, but I really want that psychic dagger.
The decanter of endless water. It has a flask in it. The contents slosh. It weighs 2 pounds. You can use your action to remove the stopper and speak one of 3 command words, whereupon an amount of fresh or salt water, your choice, pours out of the flask. The water starts pouring at the start of your next turn. So stream, which produces 1 gallon of water, fountain, which produces 5 gallons of water, or geyser, which produces 30 gallons of water that gushes forth in a geyser 30 feet long, 1 foot wide. You, as a bonus action, you can aim the decanter at stuff. A DC of 13 strength, or a strength DC 13, or they take 1d4 bludgeoning damage and fall prone. So you can super soak people, essentially.
Yeah.
Which
So we already have
fire elementals is nice because
I would up the damage against like fire elementals. Because that only makes sense.
There are very fun things that already happen in the firemental thing.
Well, I can't spend all my money on a gem. So, do you have any potions, fire resistance, or potion of healing?
They do not have fire-resistant potions because they don't really need it. It's not that a common occurrence. They do have several healing potions of varying strength.
Urrik, how much money are you willing to?
Willing to
Lend Lunar.
How much do you need?
$235.
Cleanse. Yeah, I'll give him the money.
How much money did you have?
Me?
No, I mean Urrik, because I know you gave Doran a big portion.
How much did I give you?
You gave Doran like a I want to say 232, something like that.
I have 310 gold pieces and 4 platinum pieces. That's what I have, and I can give him the money.
Okay, I now owe you
A lot.
most of what I'm going to earn. The next couple of things. I now have the Dagger of Psychic.
Alright, so you now have, put in your inventory, I'll make the cards for it later. You do have a psychic damage dagger.
One last thing. Does he have the potion of this? I'm just gotta post it in.
For healing, for you, Myra, for healing potions, she has several. One moment. She has several common healing potions, a few greater, and 1 superior.
I have plans.
How much does the superior go for?
Superior, it heals 8d4 plus 8. It would go for probably about 200 gold.
And the greater?
Graders would be about 100. They heal 44 plus 4.
Yeah.
I actually have 4 more platinum, so I can give you that.
Alright, so I just have my platinum pieces.
So
Oh, yeah.
She also offers.
I only owe you 195, actually.
Okay.
She
I
also
am flat broke.
back in me. She also has a quiver of Elola, whatever it's pronounced. It's essentially an extra dimensional quiver.
Oh God, would our
What is
ranger
that?
like that?
Essentially, it has 3 compartments. The smallest compartment can hold up to 60 arrows, bolts, or similar objects. The mid-sized one can hold up to 18 javelins or similar objects. The longest ones can hold 6 long objects such as bows, quarterstaff, or spears.
Wow. Yeah, I don't need that, but I'll take a greater healing potion.
All right.
If that potion is available, I'll take one of those and a non-magical great bow.
They do not.
Damn it!
And she looks at you very suspiciously.
I have plans.
Hold on. Sorry, vacuuming.
Yeah, we could hear that. Ah, God. And I still don't have ranged weapons, because of course I don't. Because why would I? That would be useful.
Do they have... considering this is an elf place, it's very archery heavy, would they have...
They do have longbows.
Well, no, it's in the book. It's a great bow. It's basically a big, really
Yeah,
massive...
they do have great bows as well.
Alright, I'll buy that one.
All right.
For a future plan.
All right.
While you're doing... Can you also buy a longbow? Well, actually, Arya is probably going to buy a longbow at this point.
Potentially. Well, she does want the bladed bow.
Oh, right. Is that around?
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, we're probably going to end it here. It's running a bit late.
It is.
Yeah, so we will end it off at the end of the shopping session. Hopefully, Arya will be able to join us.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and good session, everybody. A lot of cool shit happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, how much XP do we get?
Alright, stuff falling. XP, let's see. You only managed to kill I believe, three or four of the
6 things.
Chithons.
Yes.
But we survived them.
You did
That
survive.
should be like worth like 10,000 right there.
With a bit of help, you survived them.
Not 10,000. Maybe 2.
What else? You fought and you talked down the Satek.
Yep. We completed a job. We completed 2 jobs. 2 jobs. We just haven't got paid for one of them yet.
I believe you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Nope. Not for the letter.
Oh yeah, because
Just
you have
finished
to
the letter.
go back and get paid for it.
Yeah.
So that's why. And how much EXP do you all currently have?
25,000.
5,000.
We are 9,000 away from level 8.
Considering you didn't fight much, but you did do a lot.
We did a lot of role playing and
I will
advanced
bump
the
you up.
story for quite
I
a
will
bit.
bump you up to 30,000.
5,000 XP. Woot.
So you are
Nice.
4,000 away from leveling up.
Yep. So I don't get the badass things that I'm showing the viewers
did
at
get
the
a-
moment.
Badass psychic dagger.
I did get a badass psychic dagger, and I finally got my freaking cloak.
Yeah. So essentially,
And a badass debt.
Oh,
Well, that's easy enough for me to deal with.
so the psychic dagger will essentially deal 1d6 psychic damage.
And does it have something like Effort's Fury Light, which I forgot about?
I will have to think of something.
Okay. Goodbye, Internet.
Goodbye.
But yeah, so you've met the dragons.